I have an XRP price warning, and this is literally happening 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes after XRP just made an all-time high. And I couldn't be more excited. But I want to show you something that's coming next. So, hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Hope you are doing great. If you own XRP, do me a favor, type XRP down below. If this is getting you super pumped, XRP just hit an all-time high. Now, I want to remind you that in the last month, XRP and XCN have went up the exact same percentage, all right? But there's something interesting coming to XRP, and I want people to understand it. And this is happening on the day, literally 20 minutes or 10 minutes after it hit an all-time high of $3.37. All right, there are stories coming out of the woodwork right now. XRP is trending. People get really excited about an all-time high. But I want you to understand something. A long time ago, I showed you a chart. You know what? I'm going to pull this chart up right now. Oh, real quick, I got to say this. Links down below. I have a trade pick coming out for the DeFi group. This sale is the last time you're ever going to be able to access trade picks, okay? And if you're already in the group, you're already in. But I have one coming out tomorrow, and it looks like I have another one coming out next week. We're just doing our buttoning up our due diligence. This post right here on X, it says, I started with $6,000 in crypto back in 2022. I followed the Economic Ninja, Dylan, Crypto Charts Joe, and Crypto Canvas, made a plan, stuck to it, and executed. Yesterday, my portfolio finally broke $100,000. Still doesn't feel real. He says, next up is opening an LLC for tax advantages. I couldn't be more proud of this person on X. Thank you so much for posting that. Links down below for that course. If you guys, we're going to pull up the chart, and I showed you something very, very important. CoinMarketCap, we're going to go to it, and I showed you something that's about to happen, and it already, the second wave just started. We're going to show you the all chart. When I first started YouTube, I showed you this chart, and I showed you this spike, and I showed you when I started XRP was down there, and I showed you these two different waves of a market. Type 1 if you guys remember me doing this. And I said, what's going to happen is the second this price is broken, this price, $3.36 is broken, there's going to be a little bit of a pullback, and then what we are going to experience is the price of XRP is going to do this. It's going to go from here, first ripple, big wave. This right here is the first ripple. This movement is this right here, the little tiny blip. And this is what's going to carry XRP to a top price, I believe, this year. And a lot of people aren't going to like this because a lot of people love hopium. They love to think about fake numbers, but you know what they have at the end is a bag that they're holding when crypto pumps and then dumps, all right? I believe you're going to see a price of XRP anywhere between $12 and $18 with a possible blow off top of 25 this year, all right? Now, if you're listening to a bunch of people on YouTube, they're telling you XRP is going to $500, $1,000, $10,000 this cycle. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe you're going to be holding a bag, all right? And that's what I want to prevent. I started talking about XRP on this channel when XRP was like 16, 18 cents. We now just hit an all-time high. You're going to see it blow past because of a movement of news that is about to just rock the world in the next 8 hours. All right? If this is making sense right now, can you guys do me a favor? Just type 10 if this is making sense to you. If you're like, no, Ninja, you don't make sense, type 9. Then we got both sides of the vote. You're going to see it go higher, a little bit of irrational exuberance, and it's going to pull back. All right. So what? I don't know, but it's going to go back under the all-time high. All right. And it's going to, just sort of flutter for a little bit, and then it's going to pop off. During this next wave, that's when Ethereum's gains start moving into alts. Now, I've told you that we're in that moment where mainnets are moving. Bitcoin's hit a top. It's slowed down for a few days. Now mainnets are blowing up. You saw XRP yesterday. Today you see Ethereum you saw yesterday. Today you see XRP. To give you an idea of where we're at, right now on the trending CoinMarketCap trending list, XRP is number 1. Why? Because it's up 10% and it just blew past its all-time high. We're at 336. You're going to see as people get off of work, as the media runs through all of its network of channels around the world, you're going to see some FOMO buying, which is going to keep this little price spike more than likely going up, and then you're going to see it come down, all right? These are the things that I want to teach people, and I love teaching people about the fundamentals of human behavior and psychology when it comes to investing. Once you understand that, you can tackle any market. with a handful of data points. But it's exciting, right? In 7 days, and let me pull the 1 month chart up real quick. It's important. In 1 month, XRP has gone up 52% as of right now because it's blowing off its all-time high. There are a lot of other cryptocurrencies in the top 100 that have went up more than 50%, okay? But because a lot of people are holding XRP for a long period of time, this is going to be very bullish for them. And this should be, you should be taking a lap, right? But there's a lot of money to be made in some smaller markets. That's what my DeFi group, if you want down below, they're going to be finding out of a new pick tomorrow that I hope people don't run the price up because I want steady, constant, looking at these projects, due diligence, and just nibbling, right? When you start to see the volume pick up, it's impressive. The volume in the last month of XRP has had a couple of price spikes. Volume spikes. One volume spike came in around the 11th of July, followed by one on July 14th. And then today, I believe you're going to see daily volume exceed all of the last 30 days in volume for XRP worldwide. Now, when you're looking at the last year of volume, really your massive volume happened in November, right? And that is when we saw an absolute explosion. It's very sad. At 50 cents, there wasn't a lot of daily volume, but it wasn't until the price hit $1 that you started seeing volume coming in. These are the bag holders, the chasers, these speculators, not investors, all right? Very important to understand that. Here, real quick, I love doing this. All at once, if you own XRP, there's like 2,200 people on right now. Type XRP in the comment section in the live chat. I just want to see it. It's just fun to just go crazy. So in the last year, we're now exceeded 1 year high, blew past it. We're now past the all-time high. All right. Again, people, whether it be stocks or crypto, love all-time highs. They panic in and FOMO in, and then they get a pullback and they just get wrecked. Now, I'm not saying this one's going to be that big, but there is going to be a pullback. All right. And please mark my words so that in the next like 3 days, you can see how this happens. And I want to teach you all this stuff. Look at the just last few hours. How $1,000 is out of tip ranks turned into $1,700 if you bought XRP last month. Well, no doubt, that's just a percentage game, right? 6 hours ago, XRP just 4% from all-time high, but a $1.7 billion sell-off risk looms. Now, let me read a little bit of this so you can put what I just told you together. Now, I've never read this. I just saw the headline, so this is going to be really cool to be able to teach you on the go. It says right here, over 540 million XRP have been sold in 10 days, with long-term holders contributing to the selling pressure, creating uncertainty. It says, despite sell-offs, XRP price is holding strong at 324. Okay, this was not a day ago, a few hours ago. It says here, XRP movers are investors move to sell. Over the last 10 days, XRP holders have offloaded a substantial amount of the tokens, selling over 540 million XRP worth about $1.74 billion. Just so you guys know, I have a personal friend that sold all of his XRP 3 weeks ago. Well, no, maybe 2 weeks ago. He sent me and Dylan a message and he says, I'm selling my entire bag. It's been a good run. I bought it at like, I think 40 or 50 cents. I've made a killing. And I know how much he sold. He sold a pretty good clip. And this is a very intelligent man. But Dylan and I stayed silent. Because who are we to teach all of our friends how to make money in this? And we knew that we were going to hit an all-time high pretty soon. And so we got another. I have not received a text from him. Dylan did today. And he said, great. Literally in the last couple of weeks, I decided to sell my XRP and we just hit an all-time high. But don't worry, to my friend, you're going to get another entry point because it's going to sell off a little bit. It's going to pop up higher than what it is right now on this live stream, and it's going to drop a little bit back down. And you'll have another entry point because the next measured move for XRP is 3 to 5 times its all-time high, its first all-time high in that cycle. This is so important. This is an all-time chart of XRP. And that first spike right up there, right? See the one right there? Right there? See? Okay. This right here, this first little nubbins, this little tiny nubbins, that's this now. The next measured move is not even going to be on my phone. You're going to sit there and go, it's going to blow past this. It'll be 5 times that spike. Now, does that mean you have to race out and buy it right now? No, you'd be a nutball to do it. Can you guys all do me a favor and type nutball down in the comment section if you agree? Do not FOMO in when things are moving. All right, so it says here, if there's a fear-driven selling that could cause a price pullback in momentum, which could hinder XRP's potential. Now, this story is like a whole, 4 hours old, right? I agree with it. Even though you see it hitting all-time high. Look at this. Mark just commented, hey, Ninja, thanks for what you do. What did you write? There are something about toes and XCN. I don't know what kind of weird stuff you're into, but just so you know, XCN price is fluttering right now. You want to know why? Because a majority of XRP holders, wallets, actually also hold XCN. There's a way of figuring that out. But anyway, my point being, and do me a favor, if you're one of those, I own both XRP and XCN. Do me a favor, type XCN. If you own both, XRP and XCN, type it. You're going to see a ton of people saying it, right? I'm one of them. What's happening is there's about to be a little bit of a rotation from XRP into XCN. You'll see. There's a lot of people holding profits, and they're going, you know what? XCN's got a much smaller market cap. It's got some interesting things going, especially going that it's moving to its own mainnet, Goliath. They haven't done that yet, right? It's probably more of a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of situation. And you're going to see this rotation from XRP to XCN. Now, there's a lot of XRP maxis that would get very angry with that. But I'm going to be honest with you. You don't go and make big money without going a little bit more into one position. I know people that have 100 different positions and they've got like $100 in each one. Well, if one doubles, is that going to change your life? No. So that's what I want to show you. So if you want, last call out, definitely for today, this sale, once it's over in the DeFi group, you will not have access to the trade calls. I have a trade call coming out tomorrow morning on in a very interesting project. I have another one. Actually, I've got 3 coming, I think, in the next week. So this is that moment where we start to attack specific sized market caps slowly, bringing up the volume. Anyway, it's a whole thing. You'll learn about it if you decide to be part of it. Once it's over, it's over. We're never going to let people into the trade calls section of that. And you're going to get once a month coaching calls until January. So if you want to know what me and Dylan are doing, how to do specific actions in specific projects like staking and things like that into the DeFi projects we're invested in, and sitting down, to be honest with you, just accumulating as we make profits in swing trades and day trades, they're more swing trades, then we're just adding to our long-term holding positions while we're staking them and doing those kind of things. But anyway, that's my goal. You saw it on X. Somebody that I don't know just said they took their portfolio from $6,000 to $100,000. We actually have lots and lots of millionaires now also in the group. That's not a joke. Hopefully you have a great day. The Economic Ninja, is out.